side of Stingray because coming off of that win at Steel Series, Invitational or not, that is still a tournament W, and Stingray has rebounded from one of the other people who got knocked into a limbs pretty early and has made his way all the way back to this point.
Well, we'll see if he can continue that Champions run. Right now, has to get through MegD, who has yet to really tap Stingray. There's the first hit with the side light, second side light to connect for more.
Everybody's had quite the interesting wish to fight all these Lance players on Demon Island. That's been a pretty...
why?
I don't know. Look, if you decide to stand directly in front of Florida traffic and a car comes your way, but you decided to stand in front of there, that's probably what's going to happen. This is basically what you're given with Demon Island. Perfect flat stage and a Lance that's going to cruise through at any time. But MegD did, however, beat Kostelix here at the end of the last set, so maybe MegD still feeling comfortable with that. Yeah,
MegD apparently not concerned about any sort of advantage that this map gives. But like we're saying, man, like it's such a Lance player's haven. But right now, Stingray's on the spear. Likely going to look for a down sig in a little bit if he gets a little more damage onto MegD.
Yeah, one thing that at least works as well, too, because of the fact that you are playing Val, you have that D-Sig off the side, so you can definitely capitalize pretty hard on the small amount of room that you have to work with. But MegD's patient playstyle does play well against the Lance until you decide to not look down at your toes and to get shot up.
Stingray is, in my opinion, one of the best Orions at hitting that down signature.
100%
He's so
agree.
good at hitting it and finishing stocks with it.
Not even just the Lance, the spear D-Sig too. He catches people after resources are gone on the cross-up where you're trying to fade either side. It's so consistent. But also the spear N-Sig. However, speaking of N-Sigs, you're going to get sent off to the right. MegD gets the first stock.
And MegD does clean it up. A little bit of extra credit to Stingray, but the bigger issue is the weapon spawn does pick up the Lance.
And MegD just keep that is three side lights.
Three side lights?
Like, hey, look, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Like, it was hitting. Oh, opportunity here. Yep, the side sig, another one. Weapon toss to dissuade it.
Yeah, MegD just trying to control the side of the stage. Not too many space, not too much room to work with. So weapon toss up happens a lot on the side of the Orion to try and get back in. But side light, I feel like, you know, normally I have a logic behind that. I feel like that was just a misinput.
I think he missed the jump. Maybe like a jump pivot nair was the answer,
okay.
But he didn't get the jump out, so it just was a turnaround end light.
Yeah, there's that D-Sig we were talking about, just trying to call out MegD, like approaching a bit. He's been doing a lot of side lights, so that would have been a good check to that, but now the Pogo's coming through, missing the D-Light, trying to get him sent off stage.
I mean, it's such a good tool. It's a get-off-me tool that the spear players don't usually have. MegD at the top of the map, though. Gravity cancel, down light, recovery.
If there's one thing that MegD is so good at, it's reacting to a quick whiff punish wherever it happens to be. He's constantly waiting for you to pull the trigger first and capitalizes, and all the way up in the skies, he caught it.
Yo, that's the answer. Just don't miss.
Yeah, look, if you never get hit in the first place, then how can you ever lose?
Yeah, exactly. I think that's just in the rule book. But right now, MegD is setting his own rules as he is getting damage onto Stingray. The N-Sig connects, denying weapon. Stingray can't even finish the second stock.
True enough. Also, I just realized that my logic is flawed because we're on a platformer game, so technically you can walk off 3 times and still lose. But,
wow.
So just to catch myself there. But the neutralites are going to send him back off for getting caught trying to jump over. Stingray needs to catch this. The ground pound should seal the deal. I don't know if MegD's going to make that through that. There we go.
Just in case. You saw the movement from MegD. He went outside looking for the side airs. Of course, horizontal movement in the aerial kit for gauntlets. And now Stingray has to play from behind, but he still has some hope here.
Yeah, all right. Delaying there, trying to go for the D-Light, expecting the dodge, but he missed the follow-up. Stingray can't really miss too many other opportunities. He's starting to slowly work his way back in, but he's pretty much at D-Light recovery range soon. Actually, for that matter, MegD's playing very anti-air based with the neutral sigs as well. Sider's going to take it off the stage.
MegD cleans up game number 1, consistent fashion, putting out just enough damage to close that one out. 542 to the 528 of Stingray.
Extremely close game right there, and that was mostly with a deficit on the last stock, so Stingray starting to work his way back in, but MegD, once with the lead, particularly with the sword, which you see 460 on the sword there, as just such a good tempo control of the game. It's hard to make MegD try to burst you when it's unnecessary because he understands if you swing while I have the lead, I will capitalize on it. Why would I approach too much, especially on a flat stage like this when you have a combo-based weapon with spear in your hand? I'm going to let you swing at me. Stingray almost made it work, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, just a little too late. And even in that final clip, right, we talked about the whiff punishes from MegD, and that was what that last one was. Stingray misses a side light, and MegD gets the punish.
Yeah, Stingray starting off swinging immediately, trying to find the side light so he can get that damage going. Already, there we go, side light into the air, and the follow-up side air. Very good three-piece to start.
Neutral light whiffed, and a punish from MegD.
MegD answers back every time. Like, I don't think I've seen a single time early on, at least, that MegD hasn't answered right back for the damage that he took, which can be very frustrating. And if that would have been frustrating, I think, if he got caught by the D-Sync, you would have been down at orange.
I'm not sure if it would have KO'd, but it doesn't matter as MegD has weapon advantage, has stage advantage. Stingray's in trouble, down light side air.
Weapon toss coming through, forcing him to recover high, and actually going straight down what looked like an obvious jump over, and that's why MegD went for recovery there.
Good tricky movement coming out, keeping him alive. Nair, double Nair.
All right, starting to get the damage going. Expecting MegD to go towards the right to catch the D-Light. However, the Dare to side air comes through. This could be a Dare opportunity. No ground pound necessary, and that is going to be the first stock going to Stingray.
Yeah, good babysitting coming out from Stingray. Stacked up and then immediately jump Dare. Gives him the stock advantage, but he needs to get this extra credit.
Yeah, it's so necessary, more so than many other people that you fight against, because MegD, like we said before, answers back so fast. And then as the game goes, MegD becomes more powerful. MegD is so much better in the long game than a lot of people, so Stingray has to capitalize while he can with this first stock still.
He is so good in these battles of attrition. Gets the downlight recovery, not quite enough, but Stingray gets another opportunity for extra credit.
He's not getting punished really much on the Spear D-Lights too, which is really good. That's usually an opportunity that MegD will capitalize on almost every time. That D-Light recovery is going to be enough, and I wouldn't be surprised if that damage gets evened right back up, because that's pretty much been the story of the show throughout the whole day.
Yeah, every single time somebody gets a slight lead over MegD, he gets the stock and then immediately brings it back.
It's already working its way towards it right now. The side lights, however, haven't been working as much as the first game.
They've been a little less effective, but they're still connecting every now and then. Side light comes out from Stingray.
They try to find the falling there. D-Light recovery, starting to work his way back in. He has stage control. However, the Pogo's going to get him back over, and Stingray smartly getting stage control. That was really smart, going straight to center stage, kind of alluding to the idea maybe a weapon switch or something comes in and just covers.
Yeah, catches the landing from MegD, and opportunity here for Stingray to get a damage lead. Nice jump Nair for extra Pogo as well.
Ooh, yeah, Stingray's really waking up to the opportunities that he has available to him. That's not going to take it out yet. It's on Stingray to make the right call. Going high. Well, I think that's the first time we've seen him go that high so far and mixed up MegD.
Yeah, MegD was expecting low. You saw the way that he moved off stage underneath it as well, and Stingray got away for free.
And Stingray throwing hands right now, just getting as much damage as possible. The lance hasn't really been that necessary, which is what we were worried about. You're going to get hit out of the recovery right there, but the spear has really been the answer so far for Stingray.
Yeah, definitely been a spear-heavy gameplay, even in that last one. 411 damage put out on the spear versus 109 on the lance.
Yeah, now when do you think, at any point, if necessary, the lance makes a surprise guest appearance? Because the spear has been so good, do you pull it out at the last second to have that just ridiculous burst out of nowhere to throw MegD off? Do you keep working what's working so far?
I think he's going to rock the spear through and through. Maybe pull out the lance, like you were saying, as like a quick just surprise throw MegD off his game a little bit, change up the pacing, but for now the spear is working well enough, but he's stuck on this corner.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets an opportunity, weapon toss into weapon pickup side air from Lance could work, but so far it's not been too necessary. A weapon toss down to try and set up a situation right there. MegD currently unarmed, now the weapon toss starts, and it ends immediately.
Yeah, MegD fortunately able to pick up a weapon. I think that was a down tick charge up from Stingray. He's in trouble.
Yeah, that's not good for Stingray. So he's coming through, but he gets back down and he gets the weapon.
And he dodges the side light read from MegD. Opportunity here, Stingray holding on. Doesn't get caught.
And MegD trying to catch him.
Oh, that's a punish.
Yeah, that's it. He tries to capitalize on him with the spear D-Sync, but that put him in a very free punish for MegD, and that's going to get him the second game.
Really good timing change from MegD, right? Like, they were stacking up every now and then, so Stingray was like, all right, let me go for the stacked option, and then suddenly MegD gives him the space to breathe and comes in for the punish. Game 3 here, and Stingray's over to the Hattori.
Yeah, deciding to go away from the lance. I was wondering if we would see that lance come back in, and the answer was no, because he just wasn't feel comfortable with it. So now going over to the sword, feeling like the sword matchup might help a bit more. The spear has done a tremendous amount of work already, so let's see if the Hattori actually works out.
Yeah, no surprise to see him stick with the spear at the very least. definitely a plethora of spear characters you could have gone to, but the sword is always a good pickup.
Yeah, and let's see if he can get a good pickup of damage here. Pick up a W, and that's a good start there. Sidelight, D-Light into the Sarah, getting the three-piece combo, but MegD always working his way right back in, has access to the sword now, which has pretty much been a majority of what happens from the damage, much like that.
No, gets past him this time, though. MegD was throwing out those neutral lights. More side airs. Opportunity here for Stingray to play that corner game, but he goes down looking for that down air.
Yeah, aggressive play there from MegD, recognizing that Stingray has gotten pretty much free dares almost every time there. But this opportunity for MegD, gets the Sair. He's going to get the wall touch, but the neutral light's going to send them back off. Decides to go high that time, and actually gets by.
MegD backing away. N-Sig throw now almost caught the dash jump from Stingray. Stingray needs a weapon spawn, goes past, goes for the side air, the turnaround from MegD, and he's going to get the stock advantage. He is marching his way towards that top 3.
Yeah, it is getting close to a 3-0. Good defense right there, waiting for Stingray to try and go for an unarmed hit and capitalizing on him with the GC D-Light into recovery. But MegD has pretty much been able to just play the long game so well. Every time it comes down to the last stock, last hit, he's able to capitalize, and that can start to slowly mess with your endurance. And Stingray is at that point where he finally gets the stock here at least, but he's had to work really hard to get the damage where necessary. Let's see how things start off here. The weapon spawn perfectly timed for MegD. Did not have to worry about the starve.
The good news for Stingray, though, is that there wasn't too much extra credit on the part of MegD. MegD, with the movement, again, the kind of dash back, turn around, come back in, and Stingray's getting caught for it.
As Stingray going for the sidelight, going to get punished for it. Neutral Light sends him back off stage again. MegD has been controlling the jump so well, landing aggressively with the side air. MegD punishing him again, and his damage is racking up so fast.
Just the stage control game from MegD is a little too much for Stingray right now. Stingray's taking damage, and Stingray's now in trouble on this second stock.
Hey, excuse me for at the very beginning of the set saying, why does everybody keep taking the Lance players to Demon Island? The problem was, why did you let MegD go to Demon Island instead? MegD has had complete stage control dominance. There's nowhere to escape on the platforms, minimal spots to hide away from the sides, because he keeps catching those D-Light Sairs. I wouldn't be surprised to see one come out very soon, because Stingray's been jumping a lot, and MegD's just been waiting for the habits to call it out.
Yeah, this is such a good map for MegD, right? Big on the stage control, short walls to make it easier, but the ground pound comes out. Stingray with the stock advantage. He needs the extra credit. He's going to go to the spear.
All right, is it time for Stingray to wake up a bit and get himself into this? We saw this last time. It was Luna who was facing a 2-0 deficit, or excuse me, 2-1 deficit, and switched back over to Roman Reigns. Does the Hattori switch here, being down 2 games, get him that opportunity he's looking for? The recovery's going to come through, and still not enough here.
MegD wants another one. It's going to be the neutral light that puts Stingray off stage. A lot of damage has been done. The side air will finish it off.
All right, this could be a potential elimination for Stingray here in 4th place. The Steel Series champ trying to come through and keep himself going, but MegD not really having much to do with that. You were talking about the set history slightly in favor of MegD, and it's sure looking like it might continue.
Yeah, MegD clearly has something on Stingray. He knows the matchup and is doing such a good job on it. MegD backs away. Stingray goes in for the side air.
Yeah, it's almost looking like not even just a matchup, like a player habit thing too. Just understands the behavior of Stingray. Can be a very burst-heavy, explosive player out of nowhere with how often he will throw out Spear Sigs. And we've seen maybe 3 in the past 3 games.
He's really shut down the game plan of Stingray. When he's throwing out those Sigs, 9 times out of 10, he's getting punished for it.
And that'll put a lot of fear into you as we see here the fear start to settle in. Weapon toss down. He comes in with the spear recovery. He now has access to the sword. It's going to be an opportunity, but the whiff punish there with his own recovery from MegD.
Spot dodge for spot dodge. MegD gets it. Downlight recovery. MegD 3-0's the Steel Series champion to earn his spot in the top 3.
Well done for MegD right there. Going to go ahead and get that W, sending Stingray packing at 4th. However, for Stingray, still an incredible follow-up performance to that recent singles performance we did see. Still keeping things going here today. You like to see that good follow-up to a championship. Sometimes you don't see that. Sometimes it's a lightning a bottle thing. But Stingray definitely proving that that's not the thing today. But MegD is playing near dominant. MegD almost had a 3-0 earlier against Luna, which didn't turn out that way, but that's how dominant MegD's looked in some of these sets.
Yeah, MegD's been looking really good today. He's been playing incredibly well. He's got his own game plan, and it's kind of clear that